Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Adventures with Danno live show where we talk about everything that you guys want to talk about. That's kind of what we do on Friday nights from 7 till about 8:30. Let's have some fun tonight. I hope everybody's had a great week. Been putting videos out every day. I got to tell you, I am beat. Went to University of Cincinnati yesterday. Did a lot of filming up there. If you haven't seen that video yet, check it out. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I'm going to make a t-shirt out of that. Pretty awesome. Hello, Dave, up at Kings Island. That's awesome, man. I will try to go live on our Facebook page. Okay, well, pretty cool, man. Should do it around, what time they got the fireworks? 10? They're bringing the fireworks back to Kings Island because there's been a lot of craziness going on. They've been closing a little early, but I guess they're bringing it back, so that's pretty awesome. Hey, Holly, how are you? Fireworks at 10? Yeah, go live at 10. I'll check it out. We'll probably be getting off here about 8:39. Let a few more people get in here, and we'll get everything started. Hey, Scott, how are you, buddy? What's up, Danno? Dayton here, neighbor. Yeah, it's pretty close. About an hour away. Hey, Nancy. Who are you gonna call? Got the Ghostbuster mug out tonight. Hey, Barry. Been watching Loki? I know you have. I watched the last episode. I guess it was Wednesday. It's great. Little different. Very. If I had to say anything about the last episode, I felt like it was kind of like Doctor Who-ish. Felt like a Doctor Who episode, which I like Doctor Who, so. See, I was talking about University of Cincinnati. I'm going to be doing some other films up there. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on. Plus, I want to get down and do a lot of footage of the football field. I'm also going to be doing some footage of Paul Brown Stadium here soon in lieu of the Bengals and their mini camp. So hopefully I'll be able to get a lot of the Cincinnati Bengals on film. I'll have to make a couple phone calls, so we'll see if we can do that. It'd be a lot of fun. Also, the Reds tonight, the Cincinnati Reds are bringing back their Friday night fireworks. The game starts at 7, should end about 10, but should be a pretty neat fireworks show. Hey, Disaster. How are you, buddy? I hated hearing about your channel, man. You just keep going, man. You only had a couple videos on there. And let me just say that YouTube takes a while. It takes a while to really, I've been at this a year and I've got 500 and some subscribers, and really, it's tough. It's tough. I have 240 videos. To give you an idea how much kind of work you got to put in, unless you do something different. But if you're on the entertainment side of YouTube, if you're trying to entertain people like I do, and me and Jess. Also, Jess won't be with us tonight. She is out crafting with a few of her friends and family, and they're doing some kind of crafting event, some kind of painting thing, I think. Who is the University of Cincinnati's football rival? There's a few of them. I'd have to say probably the biggest one is Austin P. Austin P is a big one. I wouldn't say there's a big game like you could say with other teams. Like Ohio State, you got Michigan. Alabama, you got Georgia. There's I don't really know what the big one would be. Have you ever heard of Game Mod Blue Granny? No, I've never heard of that. Disaster. What is it? Move you guys out here so I can see a little bit better. There we go. I always forget to do this. Oh, okay. Yeah, a friend of mine just text messaged me Miami Redhawks. Yeah, that's a big one. That's up in Oxford, Ohio. Miami Redhawks. I think it kind of depends on how their schedule goes too. Usually, the one I mark on my calendar is when they play up against a big team because those are the ones. Like I remember UC played Ohio State a couple years back. Wasn't much of a challenge. Ohio State won that one. You're a Bama fan, ain't you, Barry? Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool. Jacksonville State. Well, that's the thing. There's so many college football teams anymore, and it seems like I know last year was a little hectic because of the pandemic and everything. Some of the games we missed, some of them we didn't get a chance to play. Give me just a second. I got people messaging me here. He said that's when we should have beat Ohio State and they won the championship. I don't know. My mind only goes back about a year. If you're a Cincinnati Bengals fan, you got to have short-term memory. Bearcats fan, yeah, Bearcats have been doing really well the last few years. They were 9-0, and then they lost the game against Texas Tech, I believe, in the bowl game. In the video, I said they were undefeated, but they did lose the bowl game that they should have won. I think they were winning like 24-0 and somehow ended up blowing it. Hey, Kathy. Hope you guys have fun. It was a real fun video to make, though. I got an interesting video coming out tomorrow. It's just kind of another daily vlog. I won't say what it is. Coming out in the morning. Check it out, though. It's pretty funny. I'm always trying to add a little bit of humor, a little bit of comedy into the videos. I like the Falcons, Barry. I was a big fan of Matt Ryan, and I don't know. I'm kind of thinking he might be kind of the issue with Atlanta right now. I think they really need to start working on that. They got a new quarterback, didn't they, in the draft? Or wait a minute. No, they still got faith in Matt Ryan, I think, because they drafted that tight end from Florida. Disaster says crazy granny walks around the house with a baseball bat. Nope, I ain't seen that, but it sounds funny. Hey, Kendallin. Hey, Josh. Hey, Sammy. Go Bulls. South Florida, right? Holly says, what is Jess doing? She's doing she's at a, it's like a crafting event. They're doing some kind of craft, girls' night out. So, yeah, she won't be joining us tonight. Josh West. Where is the best place to stay in Pigeon Forge, walking distance from everything? Well, Josh, nice to see you. We always stay at the Quality Inn near the island. That's the best place to stay in Pigeon Forge. Prices are a little high right now, no matter where you go. I was watching a friend of mine's channel, and they are packed. I mean, Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, they are just super packed right now. Everybody trying to get out and go on vacation, but check out the Quality Inn. It's called Quality Inn near the island. The island in Pigeon Forge there. It's right across the street. You're right in the middle of everything. You can take the trolley anywhere. And I think it's like $3 for all day. I'll check it out, Disaster. I'll check it out after the show. they picked up AJ McCarron. Oh no. Yeah, he was playing for the Bengals for a while, and I don't know. He's one of them guys that was great in college, and he just can't figure out pro football. Pro football is a lot different. It's a lot faster paced. He's a great quarterback. I don't know what happened or why he's always, obviously he's just a fill-in for Matt Ryan, because there's no way he'd be the starting quarterback. That happened with us in the Bengals. We actually drafted AJ McCarron, and I think it was like the third or fourth round. I loved him in college too. Yeah, he was great for Alabama. I don't know. Some of these quarterbacks, and they get all the coaches, and they get, this how they make the big money, because they know pretty much right away if somebody's going to make it out of college or not and be able to be a good quarterback. Look at who was the guy that played for Chicago for so many years? He got drafted by Denver. Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler, I mean, it was like this guy was supposed to be a star, and a couple of years into his career, he just couldn't figure it out. Thanks, Ollie. Who are you going to call? I read the other day there's supposed to be a new Ghostbuster movie coming out here soon. I never heard anything about it. There was like a short little preview. It kind of looks like Stranger Things mixed with Ghostbusters because it's kids. I don't know. Hey, Jason. How are you, bud? I loved your video on the geocaching. That's pretty neat, man. I'd like to try that sometime. For those of you who don't know what geocaching is, it's where people place an item somewhere and you find it on your GPS, and then you're supposed to take an item and leave an item in like a bottle. Jason here, PFAM5. Check out his channel. That's pretty awesome. I'd really like to. That's a really good idea. Disaster says, as I'm on this, I'm also watering my lawn with me. Bear with me. Oh, you're fine, buddy. Get your lawn done. Come back. We're going to be here for a good hour and a half. Plenty of time to hang out and chill. Nancy says, Jess just won a cool prize. Awesome. I guess some of them are watching at the ladies' night out craft show that they're attending. I'm not really sure what they're doing. It's some kind of painting thing. I'm not sure. What are you guys doing over there? If anybody's listening. Jason says they are usually set in old ammo cases. Oh, okay. Gotta check it out. I really, other than watching you, buddy, I really don't know much about it. Hey, Spaceman. Like your little alien head there. Spaceman is in the room. Barry says, have you seen the trailer for Snake Eyes? I don't think so. I saw something on it on YouTube. There was something. I'll check it out. No, I don't think I have, unless it was on TV. I don't know. I've been really busy lately. Like I've been just cranking out videos. Been doing all kinds of stuff. You get to a point where you're putting out so much, you can't remember what the last one you put out. They are out spending my money. No. They're doing something awesome. They're very crafty. They love doing their painting and designs, art. So yeah, I was back to the Gatlinburg thing. I was telling you, Josh, just have a good idea what you want to go down there before you do it. Are you going this weekend? If you're going down there this weekend, I I don't know. I'd recommend like calling around to see who's the cheapest. When Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg are this packed, their hotels get ridiculously priced. Like I saw when we went down and stayed at Quality Inn, it was $400 for a week. Now it's like $280 for a day. So I would really, or maybe it was $280 for 2 days, but that's like Monday through Thursday, like Monday and Tuesday. Like a weekend day is going to cost you, I don't even know how much. I told them it was okay to spend. Yeah. Thanks. Spend it all. I don't care. Who needs money? Oh. So yeah, one thing that I'm trying to do, and it's kind of a new thing for me. One thing I started to realize the more and more I travel around the city here and start finding all these awesome things that I forgot were even here, because you never really think to take a vacation to like Cincinnati, Ohio. But I'll tell you what, you guys should. Cincinnati is an amazing place. There are all kinds of awesome stuff here. We got one of the best museums in the country. We have the #1 zoo in the country. We've got Kings Island and many other things of other videos that I'm going to be putting out here, because I started thinking like, why does it doesn't seem like people really vacation here at all? And it's like, man, you got cheaper hotels. There's just all kinds of stuff to do. I don't want to give away too much because I'm going to kind of start filming at a lot of these places. I've had some people reach out to me lately, which is really awesome. Like some restaurants and stuff around here, different places around the city. Some people have watched my Kings Island videos. A lot of the stuff we've been doing around Cincinnati. That's kind of one in part of why I'm filming a little bit at University of Cincinnati right now, because some people have been reaching out to me. It's pretty awesome, and we'll get into that. Cicadas are dead. Spaceman says, how are the cicadas? They are toast. They're gone. Thank goodness. I was kind of getting tired of them. We got hit hard, as you guys know. I don't know. I didn't expect the cicadas to hit like that. I've been getting a really good response from my interview with Ralph the cicada, and I gotta say that was really fun. I hope in 17 years from now I can interview his boy. The oceanfront property in Cincinnati. I will say the Ohio River, which you do not want to swim in at all, but the Ohio River has been looking very beautiful lately. And we also have the BB Riverboat tours, which they're not, but they are like replicas of the old steamboats that they used to have in Cincinnati. And we got a lot of cool stuff. We got the Italian Fest that's coming up here in a couple weeks. I am a little sad to say that there's not many festivals going on. They were supposed to bring back a lot of festivals, and I guess a lot of the churches and stuff like that that usually host these festivals didn't want to do it this year, because I don't know if they just needed more time to kind of put the stuff together. We are having the Harvest Home Parade, which I will be filming that. And that's pretty awesome. There's a huge parade they do every Labor Day. Labor Day week, the Thursday before Labor Day, and then they have the festival all weekend. Lots of good food, lots of Italian and Greek food at that festival. A lot of cannolis floating around. Well, yeah, Barry. It's the two rival chilies are Gold Star Chili and Skyline chili, but it's a chili spaghetti. So for those of you who don't know, you're not around here, it's not like a Tex-Mex chili. It's spaghetti, and then it's like a brown chili on top of that. Most of it has it's got like meat in it and a hint of cinnamon. And Skyline, they have a hint of chocolate in theirs. I think that's what makes it so addicting. They'll never tell you that's what it is. So somebody on here, a friend of mine who doesn't comment in the comments here, he just sent me a message and said Harvest Home Parade is the Thursday after Labor Day. So thank you, sir. It is kind of nice. So if I mess up, I got my buddy who has a endless amount of Cincinnati knowledge. Is that brown cannolis or what? Oh, you're funny. It is kind of funny. There's a lady. I don't know how old she is. She's got to be up there in age. During the Harvest Home Fair, she sits in a rocking chair and she sits there and makes these cannolis handmade all day. So you want to talk about fresh? She makes them right there, hands them to you. They don't even go in the fridge. They're delicious. Hey, Charles. Thanks for joining, buddy. Says, hi, Danno. Just chilling and enjoying your video. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I never realized how hard it was to explain this to people, Barry, until we did that video, Gold Star versus Skyline. What we have here in Cincinnati, it's typically called a three-way, which is the chili, spaghetti, and cheese. And then we have a four-way, which is the same with either onion or beans. And then we have a five-way, which is onion and beans. I usually get the four-way because I get the onion on it. The chili part of it is really hard to explain. If ever you've had like Dixie chili or Worthmore chili is similar. It's like a chili spaghetti type thing. It's delicious. But, honestly, if you were going to come to Cincinnati, though, I can think of a couple different places that are even better. Like Pricehill Chili is like the icon of the west side of Cincinnati. They make the best three ways. Now, when it comes to cheese conies, I'd have to go with Skyline. They're pretty good. Cheese coney is the same kind of chili sauce with a hot dog in the bun with cheese on top of it. I never realized how hard it was to explain. You just have to try it. Spaceman said, well, you said not to swim in the river. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. Jason says, what's on the docket for this weekend? Well, me and Jess are closing the Kenwood, the mall. They're closing the Disney store. So we're not going to have any more Disney stores around here. They're closing July 14th and they have a huge sale going on. So me and Jess are probably going to go up there and do that. And that video will probably come out Sunday. I'm not really sure. It's kind of a sad situation up there because we have friends that work up there and they're going to be getting laid off, and it's kind of bad the way it's all going down. I do kind of feel like the writing was on the wall with the Disney stores, though, because they've been shutting so many stores down, and it stinks. Kicking It Country Vlogs. What's up, buddy? Thanks for joining, man. Disaster. That's yummy. Spaceman kicking. Oh, saying hi to kicking. Spaceman says, well, Danno, take care. Got to roll. See you, buddy. Have a good night, man. Thanks for joining. And don't be swimming in the Ohio River. Not a good idea. You might grow a third eye. However, there are some awesome rivers around here. We got the Whitewater River, which is just over the border in Indiana, which I go kayaking and canoeing down it all the time. Well, I used to. I haven't done it probably in about a year, but it's fun. I love kayaking. The real adventure. So is anybody planning any trips or vacations here this summer? I have a few things on travels that we're going to be going over. Obviously, me and Jess did that video on the 50th anniversary of Disney World. That is coming October 1st. There's a lot of stuff going on with that. I don't know if any of you are going down to Disney World, but if you are, let me know, because we found some really good hotels that are decently priced that are off Disney property. So yes, you would probably need to drive, because rental cars right now are through the roof. I would not recommend renting a car anywhere. Just take Uber or something. Barry says, being from the deep south, the deep south, I have never heard of those options, 3, 4, 5-way chili. I would like to try them one day. Have you ever been to a Waffle House or Huddle House? I've been to Waffle House. We have a Waffle House down the street here, and I don't know, man. I don't like it. Like, I like Waffle House. I just don't like that one. Like, bad service. And, that's everything. When you go out to eat somewhere and you're spending extra money to eat at a restaurant, you'd like at least decent service. Kicking It Country Vlogs says, Danno, I've got to finish up my pressure washing my house. I done a review of the new pressure washer I got. It'll be up soon. Awesome, man. Yeah, you guys should check out Kicking It Country Vlogs. He's got a YouTube channel. Really cool stuff. Really funny. That was hilarious. It was that your kid throwing the frog at your mom or grandma. Oh my God. I laughed for like 5 minutes. That was hilarious. Was that planned, or it kind of looked planned, but it was still funny. Going to the rod run. Yeah, I knew you were going there, Barry. That should be a good time. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, we're going to be in Florida, but yeah, it should be a lot of fun for you. Did you guys like last week? I don't know who all jumped on last week when we were up at the hotel, the True Hotel by Hilton. Did you guys like the live show, how we did it, kind of walking around and stuff? I'd like to do more of those. I'd like to be out somewhere, do live. Now I know I can do it. Now I know I can use StreamYard, which is an online service for live streaming. So I don't have to wait till I get monetized or in the YouTube partner program to use their mobile. Perry says, I still have 6 more weeks of no weight on my left leg. Have rehab in 2 weeks. How you healing up, man? You doing all right? That sucks. Just be careful, You don't want to re-hurt it, and then have to go through it all over again. Thanks, man. Yeah, it was nice. I like to be out there. I like to be in the adventure, take you guys with me. That's why really trying to get up there, because when we get to 1,000 subscribers, I've already got the watch time. You guys, thank you all. You guys have been watching our videos religiously, and our watch time is just through the roof. And we just need more subscribers. When we get to that 1,000, well, then I'll be able to take the channel to the next level and be able to take you guys with us on more live stuff that will be a lot better. Because YouTube Live, their mobile live is awesome. It's way better than StreamYard. But I'll do what I have to. Because it's going to be really cool going down to Florida and doing some live shows down there. Because we're going to be down there for 2 weeks. But it's going to be 3 Fridays because we're leaving Thursday when we get off work. And then we're going to be down there for 3 Fridays. Don't know if I'm going to do a live show that first Friday because I'll probably be pretty exhausted. Maybe a little one. Maybe get on for a half hour, show you guys the hotel and the pools and stuff like that. Country Vlog says, yeah, he's gonna get beat. No, actually, We were sitting around talking. She just didn't know what it was. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, that was funny, man. I laughed forever. Barry says healing up well just takes a long time. Yeah. So my summer months are shot. That's why I mentioned my recovery. Yeah, man. Well, you know what? I'm pretty sure it's really hot down where you are. So at least hopefully you're sitting in some good air conditioning, and you'll recover good from it. Then once Rod Run comes around, man, you'll be ready. Jason says, got to run, going into the church to watch our boys do a vacation Bible school presentation. Have a great weekend, everybody. Hey, yeah, tell everybody I said hi, man. And good luck with the VBS. That's great. The VBS just ended down the street here from a church that my niece and nephew go to. Glad everybody is starting to get back to normal. I think that is one of the things that I've really enjoyed, seeing a lot of these places open. One place where I go tomorrow in the video that I do, one of the things I talk about is I'm standing in front of a movie theater, and it is completely open in the middle of the afternoon. It was shut down for the longest time, and then they opened up on Saturday and Sunday. I actually did a video where we rented out the entire movie theater. It was like $100. My brother's wife rented out this movie theater, and we saw it was an older movie, but it was really cool because, this is like 6 or 7 months ago when things were still kind of in full swing, and the theater, to make money, this is what they were doing. They were renting out theaters for family people's, where you didn't really have to social distance or anything like that. But it was a lot of fun. $100, had the family in the theater, and just glad to see them back open. Country Vlog says, saw you were live and wanted to say hi. I'll stick around longer next time. Catch you next time. See you, buddy. Hey, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, and our Friday night shows it's all about you guys. I come in here with a couple little topics because you got to have some kind of title. I usually put travels, vacations, adventures. That's kind of what we do here. But this is all for you guys. I want to sit and chat with you guys and, see how you guys are liking the channel and show my appreciation for all you guys watching and subscribing. Yeah, and if you guys know, make sure you leave us a like, leave us a thumbs up, because all interactions with our channel help the channel grow. It helps the YouTube algorithm kick in to help push our channel out further in the YouTube universe. So, and you feel free to, I have it listed to where you guys can share our videos. We're really trying to get some more subscribers. We're close, we're getting to that point. And, once we get over that 1,000 mark, I will be having a live show giveaway. Still working out how we're going to do that. It's probably going to be a drawing, but like for the top 2 or maybe even the top 3, I'm going to have like little prizes because it's going to be fun. Charles, I'm really trying to pay attention to your guys' comments because last week and the week before, like if I don't have Jess moderating, if she's not watching over this, I don't want to get too far behind. So if I cut off. Charles says, we hope to go to Gatlinburg in September. It will be our first time there. We have seen all your videos on Gatlinburg. Awesome, man. Man, you guys will have a blast. Now, do you have kids? Do you have younger kids? Even teenagers? Because if you do, you definitely want to go to Pigeon Forge too, because there's just all kinds of stuff to do. Gatlinburg too. I've kind of always looked at Gatlinburg as more of the adult area, but there is a lot of stuff for kids in Gatlinburg too. You got also, yeah, you probably want to go to the aquarium if you've never been to Gatlinburg. The aquarium of the Smokies, it's amazing. It's amazing. Best aquarium I've ever been to. Josh is craving UDF malt. I hear you, man. I'm kind of craving one too. I haven't been to UDF in a while other than to get gas. And I've been going to this Zip Dip down the street here. Man, I love peanut butter. You guys watch my channel, you know I love peanut butter. And I love them peanut butter parfaits. They are delicious. Um, it's always like 3 something for one of them down here, so it's not too bad. I give them $5, tell them to keep the change, and I'll get back to UDF because that's kind of the chain. That's the chain milkshake ice cream place up here in Cincinnati. So they'll be getting my business from fall pretty much till spring when all the other little mom and pop places close, because I like to give them money, keep them in business. But I hear you, Josh. UDF milkshake sounds great about now. Especially, it is hot in this room. Our air does not circulate through this room unless I have the door open. But if I have the door open here, you will hear every little noise through this microphone, and I don't want you guys to. It gets annoying. I've done practice runs with this thing, and I swear you can hear a pin drop. You would be able to hear the air running through here, and it would just be like shh. It gets really loud, and I don't really know how to change the controls on that. I love this mic, but it's a hot mic, you know, and it every little sound it picks up. Like you probably heard that car horn out there, and all the windows are shut. Barry says, Charles, do you know what part of September you guys may be going to the Smokies? The reason I ask is because the Rod Run is crazy packed during that week. He says, we're thinking at the end of September. The week leading into September the 18th will be so packed you will have a hard time getting around. Yes, yes. Actually, it's like that right now, Barry. I mean, I was watching Jeff and Marie, a couple of their videos, and it's packed. I mean, they are just, but, you know, don't let it ruin your vacation. You know, me and Jess go to Disney World every year, and now that everything's back to normal, I mean, it's shoulder to shoulder. I mean, that's how packed that is. So, I mean, to compare that to, if you can deal with large crowds, don't worry about it. Rod Run is awesome. And I did you say you did have kids, Charles? Because if you don't, honestly, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about the crowds. But if you do, yeah, you definitely want to kind of think about that a little bit of some of the places you want to go ahead of time in case you are going during that day, because, yeah, it'll be really packed. Rod Run's awesome, though, if you like cars. Josh says, when we were up there, we had at least them all today. Oh, I know. I remember. Hey, Simon. How you doing? Let's see here. I really appreciate you guys joining the show tonight. It's been a lot of fun. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do the live show last week, and we were able to do it anyway. I don't know how many consecutive weeks that it's been since we've done the live shows here, but it's been a lot. And I see the same faces every week. I really appreciate you guys coming and joining, hanging out with your buddy Danno. Get your coffee together. Who are you going to call? Brenda says, I wish you could come to Rod Run, man. It's crazy. Crazy fun. You will be walking more than driving. Yeah. Yeah, there's no sense in driving. You're just going to drive out the driveway and park your car in the street because, yeah, there's no driving. I remember the last time we were down there for Rod Run, which was a few years ago. We parked at the hotel, and I don't think we didn't leave. We took the trolley. And that was stupid. That was a dumb idea because we basically paid the $3 all day, and then we would get like maybe a quarter mile, not even half a mile, and then we would just get off the trolley because it couldn't go nowhere. Charles, yes, but he's 21 and don't travel with us much. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. No, I meant like little kids, like if you're going to be doing go-karts, zip lining, stuff like that. Of course, you might like that stuff. Me and Jess love the mini golf. If you've watched our videos, you know we love the mini golf. There's all kinds of mini golf. And, really, none of that is ever really too crowded. I remember even during Rod Run, it's like most people are focused on the event. They're focused on the cars and all that stuff. So while they're doing all that, you can kind of, okay. One place I do recommend you go to, especially or in Gatlinburg, is Anakista. If you like the chairlifts that take you up into the mountains, Anakista is kind of a new and it's kind of a new area. It's about a year, couple years old, but they've been adding more and more stuff, and that's a really awesome place. Lots of good food, good drinks if you drink, a few different like bar areas. Great ice cream. You love ice cream, man. There's this one little shop, I forget the name of it, but it's right next to the cliff top, restaurant, I believe it is. And everything's pretty close together up there. But for $20, you go up the chairlift, stay up there. You could probably stay up there all day. It's definitely worth the trip. Simon Rogers says, checking in from sunny England. No coffee at this hour. Well, hello from England. That is awesome. Which part of England are you from? And it's always a good hour for coffee, sir. That kind of reminded me there, Simon, for you, Charles. If you like tea, thinking English, you drink your tea. There's an area in Gatlinburg called the Village. So it's basically right across the street from the aquarium. If you go across the main drag, turn to your right, and it's basically right there. It's a little area that goes back called the Village, and it's a lot of cool little shops. And there's my wife's favorite tea shop. I've actually been drinking some of the tea. I'm not a huge tea fan, but the stuff she got from there, it's real, it's authentic, really good stuff. Exeter, Southwest England, an hour from Plymouth. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Thanks for joining the show, man. I hope you guys are enjoying our new videos. As a traveler, as a vacationer, and wanting to keep my channel going, one thing is I've had to find a lot of places. And this is where I started to realize that, Ohio really is a good vacation destination if it's something that you like. Like if you like woods, right? If you like camping, we're right in Cincinnati. We're right here in the tri-state area of Kentucky, Indiana, and Cincinnati. And Indiana, right over the border here, we have all kinds of kayaking, canoeing, rafting, everything down the Whitewater is awesome. Kentucky, there's a lot of entertainment venues everywhere. Cincinnati, there's a lot of entertainment venues everywhere. And I started to realize, like, you know what? I think part of the reason why nobody really takes a vacation here, or you never hear of anybody vacationing in Cincinnati, is because it's not very good advertising. And I started thinking, maybe I can go around and advertise some of these places and draw in some vacations. Well, the more and more I'm doing these, I'm getting emails and stuff from people that own some of these places. I won't name them on here, but some videos I'm going to be doing here in the near future. That's pretty awesome. Lots of cool stuff. That's part of the reason why you see me do a lot of zoo videos. They love me up there. It's a lot of fun. It is. I ain't gonna lie. It is kind of strange. I've been at this a little over a year now, and it's like people coming up to you and knowing who you are through your channel. Like it's crazy. Like at first, I was at Kings Island. I don't know if I mentioned this on here, but I was at Kings Island a couple weeks ago, and 4 different groups of people knew who I was just from watching Kings Island videos, and it was cool. It's nice. I met up with them, hung out, and talked with them a little bit. But it's strange. It's strange at first. Charles says, my wife and I enjoyed your video on Kings Island. Looks like a lot of fun. Look like a fun park. How's the Beast roller coaster? I don't know. I haven't ridden it in a couple years. It's great. It's an awesome roller coaster if you don't have a bad back. And if you do, or if you don't have a bad back, you probably will after riding the Beast. It is the roughest roller coaster. Coolest, right? Coolest roller coaster on the planet, in my opinion. One of the longest, too. I mean, you're on that ride 10 minutes, it seems like. It has 2 chain lift hills. 2 chain lift hills. Like one, the big entrance onto the ride, and then halfway through it, you got another chain link hill that takes you way up there. It's insane. I love it. I loved it when I was younger, but my back just can't take it anymore. Barry says, hey, Simon, have you ever been to Alton Towers? A lot of the rides, see, I'm kind of spoiled now, Charles, because I ride I ride only the smooth ones. And there's so many smooth coasters there. Like they have Banshee, which is an inverted roller coaster. And I swear it's like on that ride, it's like they got it figured out. It's like it is so smooth. You don't even know you're on a roller coaster. Well, you do know you're on a roller coaster, but it's not, it's not the old school beat you to death wooden coasters. Josh says, we're going to come visit y'all once Samuel is a little bigger. We love Disney. Yeah, buddy. You need to. Y'all need to come up here. We will go to Kings Island. Well, okay, so Kings Island has, it's been a couple years, but they have redone their kiddie land, which is called Planet Snoopy. Snoopy is the Peanuts characters, Charlie Brown, all them, Linus. And it's all themed out to Charlie Brown and all that. So it's really fun. And a lot of the rides, I mean, me and Jess ride them. We rode the Woodstock Express. They really, it's a little roller coaster. It used to be called the Beastie before the Cedar Fairs bought it out. And it was like a small little beast ride. We rode that the last time, and it does kind of give you like a little hint of the Beast. I thought that's what you meant, Josh. Yeah, if you can't, yeah. See, because I want to say I think everybody should ride the Beast at least once in your life. I swear this happened to me, okay? I rode the Beast one time, and I got off of it, and my back was just shot. And then, like, a few weeks later, me and Jess, this was some years back, me and Jess went back up there and rode the Beast again. And I don't know what I was thinking. And I felt like it actually fixed my back. And then I said, you know what? I feel good. I'm done. I don't need to ride this ride anymore. It's Jessica's favorite ride ever. And she'll ride it in the back where you get slung. You feel like you're just going to fly out of that thing. I don't know. If you got any kind of back issues, though, I wouldn't ride it. I don't know why I said Disney. Lots of cool stuff to do around here, Josh. No doubt. We need to get up to Kings Island. They are really outdoing themselves. That Orion, man, you talk about that's a giga coaster right there. I mean, you're looking into the eyes of people on the Eiffel Tower, which, if you don't know, the Eiffel Tower is kind of the park icon. It's a replica of the Eiffel Tower in Paris, but it's about a third of the size. The Eiffel Tower in Paris is about 1,000 feet tall. The one at Kings Island is 350 feet tall. Well, the top of this roller coaster, Orion, is like 300 and something feet tall. It's insane. That's a smooth one, too. Barry says wooden coasters tend to do that. His Mystic Timber's rough. It's funny. I rode Mystic Timbers for the first time a couple weeks ago, and the only reason why I rode it is because I never did. And somebody told me that, it's the smoothest wooden roller coaster ever. And if you're watching, you know who you are. that thing, I mean, yeah, okay, it's compared to the Beast, sure, it's smooth, but that is not smooth. Not smooth at all. And I don't know how fast that thing goes, but it's ridiculous. Like, you go off of this hill and you go down like sideways, and then it is just bam, you're going like 90 miles an hour. It's like I don't know if it's one of them hybrid roller coasters. It's not like Steel Vengeance, but it's fast. And you'll go like completely sideways to the point where you feel like you're going to fly out of that thing. The whole shed thing, though, that they talk about, because there's a story behind it where it's kind of like ghostly, and you come up and they say, they're like, don't go into the shed. Well, that's basically the docking area for the next ride or whatever. And it's really cheesy. Don't get hyped up for that. They put a commercial out when they first came out with that ride and everything. And it was like, oh, we can't show you what's in the shed. It's nothing. It's like a little video that's not even scary. Like, I don't know. I was real disappointed with that. I kind of already knew that ahead of time. I've had a lot of friends that have ridden it, and they were like, oh, it's stupid. And yeah, they were right. It was. The ride itself is really cool, though. I mean, I've never been on a wooden coaster that just flies that fast. I'm looking forward to, I don't know how many of you, have you been to well, I know you've been to Animal Kingdom, Josh, but have you ridden that new Pandora ride? It's a couple years old, but the newest ride there, the Flight of Passage. I gotta say, this ride is probably the coolest thing I've ever been on in my life. Roller coasters, anything. It's amazing. You feel like anybody who has seen Avatar. Hold on a second. Disaster says, oh, ice cold Pepsi. Nothing like an ice cold Pepsi, buddy. I love it. I got one in the fridge cooling now. Dollywood has retracted half of their wooden coaster, Thunderhead. It's still rough. Is Mystic Timbers faster than the Beast? Yeah. Yeah. What makes it weird with Mystic Timbers is it continues to go fast. Like, not just going down a hill, but when you're on a straightaway. Like, you're on a straightaway and it's like you feel like you're going faster and faster. It's like you're not even going down a daggone hill. And it's like, how is this thing speeding up like this? I'm not kidding. That's the fastest wooden coaster I've ever been on. The Beast is fast, but only when you're going down the huge hills. They had to put brakes on the Beast. On the second chain hill that I was telling you about, I don't know. They said that it was tearing up the track because it was going down so hard, and people were like, you would hit the bottom and people would just shift, like your body would just go crack. That's probably what messed up my back originally. But they had to put brakes on like the very top of that hill to where you go down a little bit and then it stops and then you go again. And I gotta admit, it's not as cool because you're not going as fast, but it's pretty crazy that you had to put brakes on a roller coaster so that, you didn't break something. Josh says, I thought that was the best ride at Disney until Millennium Falcon ride. That we beat together. Man, that was so much fun. You're right. That was really great. And you know what was funny? So yes, we've ridden it, and it's definitely pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Yeah. Man, there's so many good things that have come out over the last few years that it's really hard to, because I completely forgot about Rise of the Resistance. And that's the newest Star Wars ride. He's talking about Galaxy's Edge in Hollywood Studios at Disney World. And we flew the Millennium Falcon. And I got to say, that probably one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life. You can say you flew the Millennium Falcon. Now, I will say the first time and I'm sure I've told some of you guys this story. I'm not going to go on and on about it here, but uh, Jess, for I think it was on our anniversary, we went to Hollywood Studios and we had to be there by 6 o'clock in the morning because we had early access to where we could go throughout the park. And we had never been to Galaxy's Edge. This was our first time. And the stormtroopers came out at 6 o'clock and they literally led us back with the Imperial March music going in the background, leading us back to the Millennium Falcon. Now, buddy, I'll tell you what, I have been to some cool events in my life. I have seen a lot of awesome things, but there is nothing that compares to following stormtroopers to the Darth Vader music and leading you right to the Millennium Falcon, where just a peak of sunshine is just starting to hit over the horizon. I mean, it was epic. Epic. I've never, crazy. We haven't done Rise of the Resistance yet, but I want to. We're working on renewing our passes. Yeah. It's awesome. I still don't know if I would take that over Pandora Avatar ride. I don't know, man. That feeling of flying, it's like you're attached to this like breathing dragon, like in between your legs, you feel the dragon breathing, and it's such an immersive experience where you feel like you are just flying like Superman on this ride. And it's hard to beat that. But yes, the Millennium Falcon was pretty close. I'd still have to say Pandora or the Avatar ride is probably still my favorite. Rise of the Resistance is awesome, but setting Star Wars aside, I guess, because I kind of look at Galaxy's Edge as the whole Star Wars immersive experience, which I love altogether anyway. I don't know. This is why I don't do top fives anymore, or top tens. It's like, I remember Barry, Barry was talking about who's your top 5 favorite guitarists. And it's like, man, I spent like a month trying to figure out who my top 5 favorite guitarists were. And it's so hard for me to narrow it down because I love so much about so many different things. Like Rise of the Resistance, the greatest ride configuration of all time. The way how they figured out how to add all those effects and different magnets to take the ride certain ways and up and out. It's like, it's amazing. It's an amazing what they do. And the thing is let me say too, because with the Falcon, it's great. It's awesome, but it's just a simulator. And it's a very immersive experience. You feel like Han Solo, and that is great. You love it. But it's the technology that went into that is not a third of what went into Rise of the Resistance, but it's the nostalgia of it that makes it awesome. I gotta say, Josh, the time flying with the Millennium Falcon with you, though, I mean, that was probably the best ride I've ever been on with friends and family and stuff. It was great. We took it to them. And that's another thing real quick I'll say about the Millennium Falcon is they rate you, right, on how well you did. And that's what I was starting to say the first time me and Jessica rode it. Jessica gets motion sickness, and it was bad. It was real bad. I had to fly it by myself. Jess has got her hand in front of her face. She just couldn't do it. And it was kind of troubling. There's people behind you, you got gunners and then you got cargo holders, other people doing stuff. And we're just smashing into every asteroid. And I'm trying to steady this thing. I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. Boom, and it was a lot of fun. But when I rode with Josh and, family and stuff, it was pretty epic. Because we took over everything. We got the cargo. It was a lot more fun watching them fly because I was a gunner and it was like I was just shooting everything. All you do is hit a couple buttons, but I mean, you kind of have them line up and then you got to hit the right button to shoot the ships and stuff. I feel like I'm going on and on. Star Wars. Y'all started it. Barry says, I have not been to I've not been to Disney World since Pandora was built. Do they have room to add more attractions to that area when the new movies come out? I think so. Disney has a good way of making you think that it's all filled up And then once they want to put something else in there, it's like, wow, where'd they come up with this section? You know? And are those movies ever coming out? James Cameron, like, I don't know if it's his fault or Disney saw the movies and they were like, nope. But those movies have been made for years and they're not coming out. They said that he's made like 3 other Avatar movies. Like, what is the deal here? And sometimes, and now it's like, I don't know how many years it's been since Avatar came out, but I'm going to have to rewatch that 3-hour movie because other than some of the fights and stuff, I forget everything. Kindlin likes Pandora Ride better. If it wasn't a Star Wars, if I wasn't a Star Wars nerd, Pandora wins. Well, now I'm definitely a Star Wars nerd. There's no doubt about that. Sometimes I try to set my love for Star Wars aside on some of this stuff. And I don't know. I'll have to ride Rise of the Resistance again. I'm set on what about Millennium Falcon, though. Like, I would ride it with you guys. I would ride it with friends. I would ride it with family, But if I was by myself, I would ride Avatar, just because I don't trust anybody else. Like, if you're the only one riding with 5 other people that you don't know, Millennium Falcon is a ride that you need to communicate on, like we were. You need to communicate what's going on, because if you don't, then the whole ride's just going to blow up. And at the end, if you tear the Falcon up, you see it too. When they open the door, all the wires are hanging and there's electricity going everywhere, fake electricity. And then when me and Josh rode it, we did really well. And there was a little bit of bumps and bruises, but it wasn't. That's what's kind of neat. The immersive experience is the better you do, the less damage on the ship when you come off the ride, how it looks. It's kind of hard to explain. Disaster says, place an old babysitter you didn't like on the track of the roller coaster. Oh, wow. Place an old babysitter you didn't like on the track of the roller coaster. That sounds disastrous. So, Disaster, did you say you're Rob and Chelsea's cousin from Children's Adventures? So I know you're not wanting to do videos anymore. Have you talked to them about this? Because I think that, they're very good at making videos. And if anybody can help you figure it out, they can. I love their channel. I love a lot of stuff they do. They live down in Gatlinburg, so they're real close to all the action down there. Sometimes I wish we lived near there or near a resort area, to where we could do a lot of filming that, because obviously when you live closer to these places, your videos are going to do really well because these are highly sought after videos. Christopher Lowe. Hey, Christopher. How you doing, buddy? Good evening from the Sooner State. Stoned Okies everywhere. Glad I could catch another live show. Keep making the great videos, Danno. Those naders and storms were crazy on your. Yeah, that was nuts. Oh, it was nuts. Well, and I barely filmed anything like of the storm because they wanted us to come in because there was tornado. There were 2 different tornado warnings, and the one guy who came out and he said, the next time warning, if you're going to stay here, we'd appreciate it if you go into they were going to put people in the kitchen area. And I'm like, kitchen? Make sure you hide them knives. I'm going to the stairwell where you're going to actually be safe. Like all concrete and heavy concrete too. And then they were saying they were going to send people off to like the fitness room and another room that didn't make much sense. Oh, the laundry room. It's like, let's move people into areas where there are just articles everywhere. I'd have felt safer in the room. They were real nice, though. Real nice about it. He says, hey, Boomer Sooner. Boomer Sooner. Yeah, those storms were nuts. That's what was crazy was it was about 7:30 when it just completely went black. Like it was completely dark. And I had stopped the video, or I'd already finished the video. And yeah, sorry I didn't go back live. I meant to say, I know I told everybody that if it got real bad, I was gonna go live and everything, but I had another video that I was doing at the same time. So I wanted to finish that video and have that out in the morning, which luckily I did. And one thing I will say about that hotel, if ever you're staying up in Mason near Kings Island, that Hilton has the best internet I've ever had in a hotel. One thing, when you're doing YouTube videos, you need good internet because uploading videos to YouTube will eat your data alive. So I mean, you need to have some kind of good internet. We're really hoping we did a little research on the place we're staying at in Florida because, man, I'm gonna have like a month's worth of videos down in Florida come September. I don't even know how many there's gonna be. I'm gonna try because I don't want to completely wipe out everything that we're doing up here in the hometown too. So I'm thinking, and I'm not really sure, but I'm thinking we're gonna have the like Disney World, Universal. We got some other things going on down in Florida, but I'm gonna break them down into parts and probably have them come out like every couple days, maybe only one every few days because I don't want people to just get bombarded with the same style videos. I'm going to try and add a little stuff into it, because I don't want it to be boring. I think of it when I do a video, I think of it how like you guys would think of it. Like I think in my head, like, is this boring? Is this going to be something like, okay, so we do a film of roller coasters one day and then we do a film of a restaurant the next. It's like I don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Otherwise, I'm going to get bored to death. We can't have that. Chris says, have you ever been at a theme park and had a tornado warning? We had this happen to us at Six Flags over Texas one time. Yes, actually at Kings Island. Years ago, I remember there was a couple tornado warnings and we left the park. I think it was like a couple days later, a tornado had just ransacked through Kings Island, and I think it tore down the Son of Beast the first time. That was the next day. The funny thing is that I just, or no, this was before the ride opened. They were building Son of Beast, and the tornado had ran through it and messed it up, and then it took another year for them to get it fixed and operating again. You want to talk about a rough roller coaster? That's Son of Beast. It was like, how can we make a roller coaster bigger and better than the original Beast? Well, you can't, and that ride was doomed to fail from the beginning. I'm sorry, but wooden roller coasters should not have a loop in it at all. Bad idea. No loop in a wooden roller coaster. Yes, obviously to make the loop out of a wooden coaster, this part has to be metal, right? Because you can't have wood just like, sideways. But the way they built this thing was very idiotic. And I wrote it because I don't know. I'm not the brightest. It was fun. It was a lot of fun, but yes, it beat you to death. And the ride was tore down. There were a lot of people who got hurt because a wooden piece had fallen onto the track. And these people slammed right into it, and that was the end of Son of Beast. They got sued. Luckily, nobody died, right? Everybody was injured. The train, bam, hit this wood, and cars were breaking and stuff. Oh, it was terrible. It was all over the news. And Kings Island got sued pretty good, and it wasn't long after that's when they ended up selling to Cedar Fairs. Cedar Fairs took over. Everything's been fine ever since, and they got awesome roller coasters. Barry said that tornado was an omen for the son of beast. You know, I know that's funny, but there's some truth to that, Barry, because they're that's like they have like where okay, so that's where Banshee is now. They built Banshee on top of where Son of Beast used to be. But there was a lot of homage to the Son of Beast. Like there's like a graveyard of different things. Like they make the Banshee like a graveyard area for the Son of Beast, and then the Banshee rose up and ate the Son of Beast. There was like a commercial for a while when they were coming out with Banshee. But Kings Island, before Cedar Fairs took over, they had a lot of problems. There was one day, and it was a crazy event, and I won't go too much into it here, but 3 people died at Kings Island. 3 people. And there was it 3 or 4? Hold on a second. I believe it was just 3. So there was a ride. It was all the same day. And there was a ride called Flight Commander. And you're in this little, I've ridden it. I rode it years ago. And you're in this like little capsule, and you have the shoulder harness that goes over, and it just goes in a circle like this, but you have a little joystick, and you can make the car turn upside down, and you can hang it upside down, stuff like that. Well, this lady, they said she was drunk. I think that's nonsense. I mean, even if she was drunk, she shouldn't have been able to fall off this thing, you know. And she falls straight through, and that was that. And then there was another incident that day where a lady had jumped or jumped into the lake. There's like a little lake area. Well, she's like shaking real bad. And there's these 2 guys that see her shaking, and then one guy jumps into the water to save her, and then he's like shaking. They were getting they were being electrocuted. There's like a power supply thing that goes underground that wasn't working right, and both of them died. So we had 3 people die at Kings Island in one day. A lot of people don't know this. Of course, they probably did a pretty good job of trying to hide it. It's all over YouTube, though. If you want to look it up, 3 deaths at Kings Island, I think is what it's called. And it wasn't long after that. I mean, obviously, they shut it down for a while, and then whoever owned Kings Island, they ended up selling to Cedar Fairs, and they fixed all that. They brought the money in and took care of all the problems. But and the Son of Beast was kind of a start of those problems. It was just one thing after another. And Kings Island was at fault for Son of Beast because the people, they had this ride built. Sorry if I'm rambling on a little bit, but it really upsets me, and I want to talk about it. The people who built Son of Beast was a German company that was going out of business. They knew that they were going out of business, and they weren't going to be able to get the right parts. So they were fixing things on the ride, because wooden roller coasters, things break. Bolts break, wood breaks, you know. And they were replacing parts on Son of Beast with making their own parts, basically. Finding rigging it, and shame on them, and I don't know if it wasn't Paramount, because Paramount owned Kings Island for a while, but this was after that. This was when they sold, and I forget who owned Kings Island. It was just called Kings Island. There was no other name or anything like that. But yeah, it was a sad couple years at Kings Island. I mean, everything was falling apart. And somebody brought up in my last video, that Invertigo ride where they get stuck, where they're stuck on that. That has happened to that ride so much over the years. And that ride was built during this time. This was like a big thing. This was one of Paramount's rides, but it's been there for years. They need to just tear that ride down, because that thing gets stuck so much. And it's like, I've never ridden it since. I'm like, I'm not going to take a chance of getting hung up there in the air for an hour and a half. You got to be crazy. Barry says, I would have loved to ride it when it opened before the issues. Son of Beast looked awesome, very intimidating looking. It was crazy, and it was awesome. It was amazing. But I mean, you can't have a ride like that where it was doomed to fail from the beginning, right? Tornado came in, wiped it out. That's where the story began. Boy, I've really rambled on. Sorry. But tornado came in, wiped it out. They rebuilt it. You knew that this company was leaving. You knew they weren't going to have parts, and you did it anyway. It's like Jurassic Park or something. Like, well, you built dinosaurs. Well, the fences don't work right, but we're going to open the park anyway. That's crazy. And that's just money, I'm like, well, we'll make enough money to where if anybody sues us, right? If anybody sues us, then we'll have enough money to where we can pay them and not worry about it. Me and Jess, there was a big action park. Have any of you guys seen that documentary? Oh, it's hilarious. That's what these owners at Kings Island years ago. Remember, this is before Cedar Fairs took over. Everything's more legit now. They still need to close in Vertigo. But Action Park, if you haven't seen it, it's either on Netflix or Amazon Prime. That's an interesting documentary. You should check that out. It's crazy. It's a water park where they basically just bubblegummed everything together. People were breaking bones and stuff on these water rides, and nobody cared. Charles says, my wife wants to know if you can say hi to her. Her name is Tracy. Hi, Tracy. Yeah, sorry it took me a while to get to you there. I was kind of, I get on a subject like that. It's no holds barred. I hope you guys have a great time down in Gatlinburg. Don't worry too much about the crowds. Especially if you've never been. Just know that you are going during a time where it's a busy time. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. There's a lot of cool stuff to do down there. Hello, Nate. Thanks for joining, buddy. That's crazy to hear about BC. I always grew up going to Kings Island, and I never really even thought if anyone had ever died there before. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. A lot of people have either forgotten about it or just don't know about it. It was some years ago. But yeah, 3 people in one day. That was the shocker. And I think there's been other little incidents over the years, but that's the one I remember. Barry says, yeah, Six Flags over Georgia had a ride like in Vertigo, but theirs was named Deja Vu. Oh, yeah, I heard of that. It only lasted 2 to 3 years before they got rid of it for being problematic. Yeah. Anything where you have a magnet catch a roller coaster going that fast, you're going to have problems. Like we have that drop zone at Kings Island. That thing, it seems like they've worked it out, knock on wood, but I mean, that thing goes up to the top and then just drops you. Well, it's magnets that carry it up. Sometimes those magnets fry out, and then you're stuck up there for God knows how long till somebody goes up the shaft there and drops the tower. Hey, Salty. How you doing? Disaster says, howdy. Hey, Rick. Yes, there was problems with the bat. Thank you. There were a lot of problems with the bat. And the funny thing is that, and Kings Island really has kind of been bad for this kind of stuff. Why would you name... Okay, so when Paramount owned Kings Island, they built a roller coaster called Top Gun, right? After the movie Top Gun. Well, when Cedar Point bought it out, they're not allowed to use Paramount names, so they changed the names to all these rides. And they named Top Gun the Bat, which was a cursed ride. It's not the same ride, but that ride was cursed. It would break down all the time and had all kinds of problems. And it's like, why would you name? Because they were like, oh, we're trying to, because it was a very popular ride at Kings Island. Well, yeah, but you're not going to name a drop tower after something where somebody died, like Flight Commander, right? I don't know if anybody died on the bat, but there were a lot of problems. And then it wasn't as easy to get people off an inverted roller coaster back then either. It looked like they had it figured out. I did, and when I was filming those guys up there, and I did yell up there. I said, "You guys don't mind if I film you, do you?" And they're like, "No, bring me some ice cream, give me a hot dog." And I'm like, "Okay." But I stood up on a bench. There's a bench right up against the fence, and I started filming. Once they got down, once they were rescuing them off the thing, and they're on like this platform, kind of not a cherry picker, but kind of looked like that in a way. When they were taking them off there, and I was filming it, and I'm like, Jess was looking at me, and she's like, "You probably shouldn't be filming that. There's a reason why there's a fence there." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, you're probably right." But it was really cool watching how they got them off. There's like this platform thing that comes down. But you know what? So many times over the years that they've done that, yes, they just need to demolish that ride, put something else there, something newer. I don't know. Disaster says, "What name should I be for being spinoff to my cousin's channel?" Spinoff? You want to do your own thing, man. I'm not really sure what you mean by that, but no, always do your own thing. You only did a couple videos. You're gonna have to build like an audience of and by doing that, you just have to put out, things that you love to do. Right? That's what I tell anybody that's new and upcoming on YouTube or anything. Do what you love to do, no matter what it is. I mean, and keep it, this is a relatively family channel. There's not a lot of, stuff on here that I, mild language at best. But, do what you love to do. Put it on film, man. People will come. Just like the movie Field of Dreams. If you build it, people will come. Hey, Logan, how are you? Planning any trips to Kings Island? I've been having people reach out to me like, "When are you going up to Kings Island?" And I don't know. I've actually considered maybe doing like a meet and greet up there. Like if it works out. I'm really only available like on Saturday and Sundays when it comes to Kings Island. But yeah, that'd be cool, meet up with some of you guys, film a little bit at Kings Island. Maybe I'll get you on a roller coaster or something. Yeah, that's another thing. You cannot film on any roller coasters at Kings Island, even if you have a GoPro. They won't let you film anything. And what I do like about Kings Island, and this was the difference between Kings Island and Universal for me, was Universal doesn't really put up any signs. Like, you can't film on this ride. It's just a known thing at Universal that you're not allowed filming on any ride. Kings Island, you can film on stuff, just no roller coasters. Actually, I've also been told some roller coasters you can. I don't know if it's like the kiddie rides, like Beastie or something. No, the Beastie had a camera thing. You look for the camera symbol. There's a camera symbol. That means no cameras. I actually know a YouTuber that Kings Island was, they took his channel down. And I thought that was a little excessive. And no, they didn't take the channel down, but he had to take off all his videos because he was filming on roller coasters and you're just not allowed to do that. Now, Kings Island will, if they like what you're doing, which they seem to like me so far, but they'll give you like a PDF, right? Like a digital file. Like, say I want to talk about the Beast or something, then I can show that. I can show their footage of the Beast while I'm talking about like how cool the ride is. Like, but I don't know. I might do that someday. All right, Barry. Hey, you too, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. Good luck healing up. You got it, man. So yeah, Disaster, just I liked the stuff that you were starting to do. And that's what it is. It just you gotta start small. If you go back and watch some, I had a general idea of kind of what I wanted to do before I started all this. So I had maybe a little bit, But if you go back and watch some of my first videos, oof, I mean, it might not be to you, but they are terrible to me. They look horrendous, especially, I mean, you start to learn different little ways on how to film, make things better. Editing has been the biggest thing with me. Did you watch my video that I did, Disaster? Was that where I talk about being on YouTube for 1 year? Editing is everything. If you don't like something you say, keep the camera rolling anyway. Because you can always edit it. You can always edit that out. There's been times when I'll scream out a cuss word or something, and I'll just keep it rolling because I know that I can just cut it out. And sometimes that emotion leading up to saying the bad word, I cut out cuss words from people behind me all day long, like those guys on those roller coasters. That's why the inverted coaster thing that I filmed there. That's why I couldn't put too much on there, because they were saying F this, F that, F this. And technically, yes, I could put it on my channel if I wanted to, because I have it set up to where it is not made for kids. But the reason why I do that is because, in case anything ever happens or anything that YouTube doesn't like, well, it'll be set up in my channel that I can do that. I can sit here and say the F word if I want. I'm not going to, because that's not what my channel is about at all. Yes, you can definitely be your own worst critic. No doubt. But that's good. That's good. That's what makes you better. That's what makes you, it's just like anything else. Practice makes perfect. Well, that is true in every sense of the phrase. Practice makes perfect. A lot of people have limited vocabulary. See you, Rick. Have a good night, buddy. Oh, with the whole cussing thing? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I get it. They're on top of her. They've been on this roller coaster hanging with their feet hanging for an hour. I'd be a little upset too. I wouldn't be cussing like crazy, but I can't yell up, "Hey, stop cussing for a second. I'm doing a video here." Like, that don't work, And then they're just gonna cuss more. Oh. Well, guys, I hope you all have had a great week. I'm going to cut it a little early tonight because I am really excited to play my new video game that I got today, Mario Speed Golf. That's right. If you watched the last video, I never, I don't think I ever did say I was going to buy that. But I did. And it's awesome. Or it looks awesome. I haven't played it yet. I will let you guys know how the game is, though. I might even do a little video on it. Who knows? But I am really excited for some new... Oh, I missed something. Oh, well, not good. That would suck. Yeah, they cuss at you. Yeah, it'd be ridiculous. But yeah, definitely looking forward to a new Nintendo Switch game. That's okay. What do you guys on here right now? Do you guys play any video games? Any new games? There's one thing that really upset me. Now, I play Xbox. Okay, I play Xbox on Xbox Live or all that, and I got Call of Duty, right? Popular Call of Duty. Got the Warzone. Josh, I don't know if you're still on, but I think you play that, don't you? I don't like the way that they're doing these updates on this game. Like, they're like 70, 80 gigabytes an update, right? And I can't even play the daggone thing because, I mean, I can play it, but it's coming in like seasons. So I can't play like the older game styles that I like to play in the game because they keep changing it. I'm not going to go on and on about it. But it's just kind of an example of how I've been leaning more toward like the old school type Mario games, Mario and Zelda and all the Nintendo stuff. Like, I don't even know if I'm ever going to buy a Call of Duty game again. It's just gotten so hard to play. And then they just completely wipe out the original gameplay for you. I don't know if I did, Josh. Not this one. I will though. But yeah, I really don't like the way. I know the Warzone, Call of Duty Warzone is kind of the most popular thing now, and I haven't played it in so long. I got you, buddy. Yeah, I'll hit you up. Actually, I'll do that here in a few minutes because we're about to get off here. Um, I'm not sure. I know me and Jess are really excited to do the Mario Golf. She's not back yet, so I might jump on there with you for a little bit, Josh. Maybe you can show me how to play it. I think that's the hardest thing is this whole Warzone thing. It's like, my goodness, it's like 150 people, and it's like, man, I like where you're just in like this little confined area, and you can just throw grenades all over the place. Get your grenade launcher with your gun. Like, I'm what you call a noob tuber, which I'm not new, but I love shooting those grenades all over the place. It's my fun. Everybody's like, oh, well, that don't take any skill. That's right. That's why I'm doing it. Boom. But I don't know. Maybe I get back into it again. But yeah, lately been doing the Nintendo thing. You guys know Jessica loves her Animal Crossing. And I gotta say, she's been doing really good with it. Her island is pretty cool looking. She hosts a wedding every day. This says the weather here has been in the triple digits. Oh my goodness. Yo, I'm a new tuber. Noob. Like noob tuber. Yeah, keep making them videos, Disaster. Eventually, don't worry about people not watching them. That's going to happen. You got to have, I would say, I was just telling somebody this. You have to have about 15 to 20 videos. Now, mind you, these can't be like a 1 or 2 minute video. Like, I would do a video of like who you are, or it depends on what kind of stuff you're wanting to do. Like, all I can do, or all I can say is the kind of YouTuber I am, right? I mean, I'm up front, in your face, talking about everything going on. It's like we're at the museum today. I'm always just in motion talking about it all. It's really hard to get your name out there unless you're sure on something of what you're doing. Like if you're going to play video games all the time, right? If you're going to do a video game YouTube channel, which is perfectly fine, you want to keep putting them out there, and you don't want to have like a minute or two. You want to have a good 5 or 10 minutes of stuff to watch. It's good to do short videos, but I would wait until you get maybe 10 or 15 videos that are kind of, a little longer, because you're getting more and more attention that way. The big thing that YouTube wants is audience retention. The longer you can get somebody to watch one of your videos, the more YouTube is going to push that video out to other people and rank it in search, because that's how some of my videos have taken off. Some of them, and when I say taken off, I say taken off lightly. But when you get a video that gets like 1,000 views or more, it's probably because you've gotten more and more subscribers. You're not going to get that stuff with just a couple videos. You have to put out 15, 20 videos before that algorithm really starts to work in your favor. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm not a pro at this. I'm just having fun with it. And I love that you guys have been, we've gotten a lot of good responses from you guys. We thank you so much for watching the show. Can't thank you enough. If you guys, spread the word, if you guys love our channel, tell your friends. We need subscribers. The more subscribers we build, the more we're going to be able to do. I really want to do that giveaway. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, it's going to happen. I already know what the prizes are, and they're cool. They're cool prizes. I know I would like it. But yeah, we're working on how we're going to do that. We want to have we know we're going to get there. We know we're going to get there. We already know. It's, little ways away, but we're pushing the channel. We're talking to, a lot of it, you have to advertise for yourself. YouTube is not going to go out there and say, check out Adventures with Danno. I have to do that. I have to do my own kind of advertising, whether it's through social media, business cards. You know, you have to think like, okay, what are common interests? Well, if somebody's talking about Gatlinburg, I give them a card. If somebody's talking about Disney, I give them a card. If somebody, you know, is talking about ice cream, well, I've done ice cream videos. Check out our YouTube channel. You know, it's the process of putting yourself out there and being not only personable with everyone, but being I don't know the word I'm looking for. Straight up, honest. You know, that's the biggest thing is that we knew we wanted to have on this channel was honesty. You know, because honesty takes you everywhere. Don't ever lie to your fans. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for tonight. I really appreciate all of you joining the channel tonight. It's been a great time. Friday Night Live's really awesome. We always look forward to it. A lot of planning goes into Friday, and you know what we always come up to? Only what you guys want to talk about, because that is the fun. That is what I have fun doing. Always appreciate just talking to you guys, getting to know you guys a little better, because these live shows are for you. And we thank you so much. Check out tomorrow's video. It's funny. You know, it's another daily vlog. Hopefully I can entertain you a little bit. It is a little funny. Me and Jess should have something out Sunday. It'll probably be something Disney store-ish, because they are closing, sadly, but they're having a huge sale. So we're probably going to spend a lot of money. I'm going to be broke, but you know what? We'll have fun, right? So I appreciate all you guys joining. Thank you so much. With all that being said, I am out. And always remember, the adventure is out there.